speakers. Okay, so yep, let's jump to our next speaker. We have the next speaker is a science educator, researcher, and a PhD student focusing on climate education, instructional leadership, and the ethical use of emerging technologies in schools. He teaches at Venus School Simprog and contributes to the Coastal Cities at Risk in the Philippines, or CCARPH. Project at the Ateneo University, working on a climate risk and urban resilience research. He is also holds a fellowship with Unida Christian Colleges, supporting science curriculum research, and leads ePrint SciTech Edu to amplify student-led scientific inquiry. His recent work explores anticipatory education, brain plasticity, and generative AI role in creating inclusive, responsive learning environment with over 30 papers for a wow. So of course, without further ado, to explain the emerging technologies and education future in Southeast Asia, quasi-development, misunderstood progress, and the paradox of equity and innovation. Let us all welcome none other than Dr. Joshua Vidal.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Giselle. I'm so sorry for that bio note, kind of long. I wasn't able to edit it this morning, but thank you so much, Ma'am Giselle. Sir Lem, thank you for getting the first speaker. I'm supposed to be the first speaker, but I have to make sure that everyone will be able to get in. So my presentation for this main session is very short, but this is very technical. So but I will explain it as simple as possible. Let me share my PowerPoint for this time. This study is actually the study is basically conducted. This is not an experimental study yet. This is an observation, and we want to see association of different variables. So basically, this one is just an observation on how can we be able to understand the different emerging technologies in terms of their functions and how can we be able to use them effectively. So let me dive in with our observation. The title of our work is The Interrogative Work on the Claimed Advantages of Emerging Technologies in Educational Pedagogy. Access alone to artificial intelligence like ChatGPT is not enough. So this paper is produced by myself, Crystal Istokia, Megan C. Concepcion. So I am a transdisciplinary research associate of the Coastal Cities at Risk in the Philippines of Ateneo de Manila University. I'm as well sitting as the editor-in-chief and the founder of the electronic paper for Science and Technology Education Coalition, the Publication Office. Wrote with me is the research associate of electronic paper for Science and Technology Education, the Publication Office, Ms. Crystal P. Istokia from Mindanao State University. And lastly, Ms. Megan C. Concepcion, a research fellow and a teacher of the Department of Education, and a research fellow for Department of Science and Basic Education, and electronic paper for Science and Technology Education. So we can see here as well my link tree and my email if you wish to get a copy of the presentation. Just share. I can share it and just email me. Feel free to email me. Don't worry about that. So these are the people who are working very hard with me. I mean, working patiently with me. I understand that I keep on bothering them, but since we share the same vision together, thank you so much for your intellectual generosity. This has been my ecosystem for 3 years or 4 years and more. I hope more years to come. So I used to be seated as part of the faculty in the department and the head of the faculty as well. but now they are so generous to still give me a chance to share my findings and all of the goings on that I'm doing up until present. So I seated as a research fellow of the department. Okay, what is our argument in this study? So basically, we understand that access to chat GPT, Gemini, or any kind basically of emerging technologies, it has to be uh, equal, meaning it has to be equal. And most of the arguments and most of the findings somehow show us that AI basically um, give us a very good in terms of personalized learning, assisted learning. So there's no doubt with that. But our argument here with the researchers that the quality of AI responses depends actually not just on the access, but on the factors like device type, internet quality, time of use, and even subscription level, creating a hidden divide among users. So in other words, allow me to reiterate this part because I and my team actually also very surprised with this question because the answers to this question. Because let me enlighten you about this uh, findings that we found out. We thought before that your laptop, who among you here uses Asus or HP or MacBook or I don't know whatever model of your device there, or even phone or types of phone like is it iPhone uh 15, iPhone 12, or maybe Samsung or something. We ask, we researchers ask, is it does it give similar answer to all of this type of devices that students use? Because students use different types of devices. Some cannot afford to buy a laptop, or maybe some have laptop but do not afford to get HP or um, MacBook. Some might have even their capacity, like there are laptops that are core i5 or something like that. So we try to interrogate and we try to investigate those aspects in our research question, if that matters to the access of the students. And that's why if you observed in our topic, we call it types of access. We do not just say that equal access. Okay, everyone can have access to chat GPT. Okay, that's no question with that. Um, everyone can have Gemini, everyone can have subscription to Gemini, everyone could have subscription to chat GPT. But what surprises us the most is that the devices that you use matters as well. Can you imagine that? How bizarre it is. Like I would get quality answer if I use HP or MacBook type of device using ChatGPT, and it would give better and outstanding quality answer if I use subscribed ChatGPT using MacBook or HP. Can you imagine that kind of surprise that we got from our observation? So I want to go through here. So aside from the devices, aside from the devices that you have, what surprised us also is that there is an association between the internet quality, So the answer of AI changes when you use your phone using mobile data. And it changes as well when you use mobile phone using Wi-Fi. So bizarre, Like later I would show you, I would bring you later on to the methodology. How did you get this kind of observation? How did you come up to this kind of association of, the quality of the responses of AI? Now, not only that, in our not experiment, in our observation, we conducted it at 6 to 7 a.m. and we also conducted it at 6 to 7 p.m. We want to know if there is a difference between time. Lo and behold, AI response or AI's response, not so good when you ask AI at 6 to 7 p.m. at night, okay? When you ask AI at 6 to 7 p.m., more often it hallucinates, okay? More often it hallucinates. So part of our conclusion is that it hallucinates. It's because this is the time where high data traffic, meaning there's so many people uh, going out from school or coming back home, or people that are in, night out people who are doing their assignments or many stuff. So 6 to 7 is basically the biggest big data traffic so far that we found in this observation. PM. Okay, now in 6 and 7 a.m., we tried it. It gives higher quality of response. Yeah. So if you want to get higher according to our findings thus far, it's better to generate or to ask AI between 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So, well, there are so many possibilities happen there. First is that the studies conducted in Jakarta, Indonesia, and there are some studies conducted in the Philippines, but of course, it does not. That's why we are very careful on using the word the cause and effect, because we are not observing the cause and effect here. We just want to know the behavior, and we want to know the association of this behavior from one variable to another. So now, before I go through with that, I want to continue to the argument that we have, that we believe, the researchers believe, that critical thinking is still one of the best way to combat this hallucination and this kind of disparity that we found. So high quality responses basically require well-crafted prompts and active engagement, okay? So if you are very knowledgeable with the topic, the more you ask AI deeper and deeper thought about it, then the argument given by the AI would become better and better as well. Second argument is that the equal access. So this is what we want. We found out to some of participants here are school leaders. So I would like to reiterate school leaders to please look at as well this part, that schools should carefully select appropriate AI tools to be utilized. There are many schools now abroad, as far as international curriculum is concerned. There is a specific kind of LMS they are using. Some using Toddle, some using Moodle, some using Canvas, some using ManageBack. So carefully assess that. Have a sit down with your faculty, and do not just dive in through that straight, because one thing that we found there is that the data collection, data privacy. So you have to be very, very careful with that as well. What is the problem of the teachers and the students that can be solved, by this kind of LMS or this AI tool? So do not just conform with the idea that, let's just get any kind of AI tools because it gives the same thing. No, actually, no. There's a specific aim. What is the aim of the school? What is the aim of the teachers and the students? So carefully address that, formulate that aim, and then look at that to the tool. Try to overlay that with the tool if the tool is helpful to the kind of aim of the teachers, students, and the whole school community. So equal access. Teachers remain central. So we found out that, still the teachers or educators play a crucial role in guiding, collecting, and deepening student understanding beyond what AI can provide. But ultimately, this study questions whether technological progress truly democratizes education or silently perpetuates inequality and explores solutions to close the gap. So, one part of our findings is that basically, first, we believe that this kind of tools, AI tools that we have right now, like ChatGPT, Gemini, let's cut the chase. These are all profit-driven kind of environment. And since we have nothing to do, we cannot do so much with that. Let's just guard what we can do for ourselves and for our school community. So yeah, through research like this, we can carefully select, to lessen the gap and to the negative part of impacts of the kind of artificial intelligence we have. Okay, now how did we do it? How did the study went on? Basically, I want you to go to look at this methodology we had. So this is the methodology we use. First is we prompt, there's a prompt curation. We created a prompt. So the prompt is control variable, meaning it doesn't change. We use the prompt the same to all type of devices, phone, laptop, Wi-Fi laptop, Wi-Fi phone, mobile data phone, mobile data laptop, subscribe AI, not subscribe AI. So this is a control variable. So that's a control variable. I don't know if you can read that, but that's basically our question. The question would like to ask kind of comprehensive because there's a student that cannot follow through the teacher's discussion about the beginning of the universe, for example. And the students ask, he wants to know the evidences and the time frame or the time being, when does this happen from one generation to another. Like there's a workflow or there's a timetable flow, because he wants to understand that. And he wants also a very good references from the AI's response. So that one is the control variable. Second is the observation trial setup. So we set up trials with varying device, time, and connectivity conditions. So you can see there, we use mobile phone, HP laptop Core i5, and Asus laptop Core i5. Time of the day, morning, like 6 to 7 a.m., and then evening, 6 to 7 p.m. Connectivity we use mobile data and Wi-Fi for both laptops and mobile devices. And subscription level, we use free and paid versions where applicable of the devices. That's how we do the observation trial. Now, in terms of data collection, we gather AI responses across all conditions. So all responses generated by mobile, laptop, etc. We gather them, and we gathered 117 pages, okay? And then after the data collection, we scattered cross-analysis rubric using a blind grading approach to evaluate responses. The criteria we use is, we want to measure is the structure and the flow, how good the structure is, how good the flow, the discussion of AI, accuracy, clarity, presentation, comprehensiveness, and then evidence and citation. So basically why we call it scattered cross-analysis rubric using a blind grading, it's because to lessen the bias, we delete the type of devices. For example, if it's laptop and subscribe AI, we delete that. We use it as a code. I want to show you that here. So like this one. You see that one, the free GPT on the right side? That one, the label above were deleted and then transferred into coding. Okay, so code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until 11. Okay, so that the peer reviewer or the judge would not see the label of the device he or she is grading. So he reads the prompt, the answer of the free GPT laptop. Okay, so for example, a free GPT laptop. Oops. Okay, sorry, I lost my PowerPoint.
We can still see your PowerPoint, Doc.
So for example, in a free GPT laptop, so instead of that, we use it 1. So the judge would look at code number 1 in the document that free GPT laptop generated, and then he reads it and then grade it according to the criteria set here on the left. I hope that you get that, okay? So there's no label there so that there's no bias by the reviewer. So that's how we do it there on the criteria. Now, after that, we analyze the data according to the scores, identify the patterns, and calculate the aggregate scores. So yeah, this one is the criteria. So here it is. Look at this. Look at the arrow, black arrow down. Those are free GPT, okay? Those are free, okay? So why it's arrow down? Because all the patterns that we saw, all of the free GPT generated responses or replied to you by all free GPT, regardless of what kind of it, like mobile data, laptop, the responses tend to be not quality. So that's why arrow down. Okay, you can also see here on the graph that most of them are going down. Okay, so I want to show you this one, the red arrow. So if you look at all the red arrow, they are all subscribed GPT. Okay, so look at that. Regardless of it, it's GPT subscribe HP Intel, GPT laptop using subscribe by HP, GPT subscribe using Wi-Fi, phone Wi-Fi. Look at that. But if it's subscribed, then all of the responses tend to be quality. Okay, so structure and flow, okay, accuracy, clarity, comprehensiveness, and evidence. But there's thing here that we want to see. If you look at closely the data here, what we found is that the devices that give so high, look at here, the red one, the first red arrow going up, subscribe GPT using HP Intel, and subscribe GPT laptop Intel Core i5. Look at the last red arrow there on the right. Look at that. They receive the same prompt, meaning control variable, the prompt, the question that we ask. Subscribe GPT using HP and subscribe GPT laptop using this one is Asus. So why? They all both the same date, same internet connection, same everything, both Wi-Fi. But why, in terms of their structure, flow, accuracy, clarity, comprehensiveness, and evidence, doesn't seem to be the same? Okay, so also, this is what we found here to be more exact. What is the best, Josh? What is the best way to access quality answer from the chat GPT or to AI? The best one is if you use laptop, HP, Intel Core i5, that's the best. Look at the graph here. So subscribe GPT using HP Intel Core i5, 7 a.m., the best. Okay, excellent answer. Okay, now if you use laptop HP, HP but Asus brand, still okay, but not similar to the HP. So now the brand has creating a gap to the user. Okay, so who are HP users here in Asus? Good for you for those HP. So they give a very good quality answer from ChatGPT. Now, look at the subscribe GPT laptop iCore at 7 p.m. It's a little bit, the quality is not the same if it's 7 a.m. If it's morning, it's 7 p.m., it's still good, but the quality will be compromised, okay? Now, look at that. If you are using free, the arrow is going down. And if you're also using phone, what is the worst here? When you use free GPT, listen to me, when you use free GPT, phone, and mobile data, and at 6 to 7 p.m., worst. The quality, when we read it, not quality at all, we could say. There are 3 reviewers, blind reviewers, gave a score to that. All of them gave almost same answer. They're blind, meaning we don't see the reviewers doing it. So yeah, data is suggesting to us that free GPT, mobile phone, 7 p.m., mobile data, if you that 4 put together, the answer is the quality of the response will be compromised. That so far is clear. But if you use HP iCore 5, subscribe GPT, and in the morning, the answer is very high in quality. Okay, so well, why is that happening? We don't know. So basically, what we have found out here to the technology affect the quality of AI response? We found out in general is the internet quality. Don't use mobile data. Wi-Fi is better. Time of the day, peak usage time may affect response like 6 to 7 p.m. So do it in the morning. And then device type. Okay, pay attention to device type. What is the device you have? Access level, is it subscription or free? So, sir, what if we have free? So if you have free, our data suggests, okay, what if, sir, I cannot pay subscribe? If you have free, look at here, free, okay? If you have free, then use laptop, don't use phone. If you have free access to chat GPT, don't use phone, use laptop so that at least the quality would not be so low, okay? So if you have free GPT there, you cannot afford a free GPT or Gemini, use laptop instead of phone so that the quality of the response would not be compromised. Again, always remember, when you put those 4 factors together, mobile phone, free GPT, mobile data, and 7 p.m., the answer is not good, okay? So pay attention to that. User skills, still, you have to converse with AI so that it would give you more potential or good answer. So what would be the conclusion to our work is that emerging technologies, though there's no consensus of what's the word emerging technologies mean, hold immense potential to transform our world. By embracing innovation and responsible development, we can shape a brighter future for all. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and for listening to our findings that we got from them.